This is the portal for the Fourmile mine. It's EC0522. We're looking essentially straight north, right into the portal. You can see rails coming out, and there's a fairly decent stream of water that's flowing on both sides of the rails and under them. It's probably a gallon or two a minute. It's nice cold water coming out of there. You can see the rails coming out and around. Now we're looking southwest along the dump itself. The rails just basically follow the edge of the dump out about 175 feet to the southwest to the end of the dump. We'll get a little better look at what the dump looks like out there in a minute. Still right outside the portal here, you can see a couple sheds. There's a big framed-in building there, and another one back in the distance there. It's got a Jeep under a tarp inside there, just kind of a cover over a frame. There's a shower on the corner of that, just a water shower for people, and on the corner of the building that the Jeep is in. Well, now we'll get a little better look at what the dump looks like onto the southwest. Here we're looking southwest down the dump from the portal. We're just a little bit outside the portal of the Fourmile mine. As you can see, there's some benches and such, a big fire ring built in the middle of there. On out there a little ways, there's a barrelette. That's out there about 175 feet is where that one drum is standing up there. That's almost at the end of the dump on the southwest end. We'll pan around here a little bit to the south and see some of the junk and what have you is around on the side here. There's the little covered building there with the Jeep under the tarp. And there's some scrap metal and iron and such. This is the building we're looking at here that's just right outside the portal. We're looking almost due south at this point. Again, you can get an idea of the dimensions of the dump from here. It's about 175 feet long from the portal, with the mine rails going on out to the end of it. We'll take a look at what the end of the dump looks like now. Here we're at the southwest end of the dump for the Fourmile mine. As you can see, it's not terribly tall. You can get pretty much the whole view in the frame here. It's about 10 feet deep at the deepest. The rails come right out to the end, right up. Can't quite see them from here, but right to the end, right at the highest point on the nose of the dump here. We got the Fourmile Creek is running right down beside it. I don't believe that it really cuts the dump in any way. It may slightly. It's a nice little flowing stream going here. I sampled up and down the stream from where the adit water goes in, and I don't believe that there's any real problem. And we're looking back to the northeast here. There's that building there with the Jeep in it under the tarp. It's just right on the edge of the dump. Again, we're looking up Fourmile Creek, and pretty well brushed in, nice little shady stream right here. So this will be it for this part. We'll look at the buildings that are here. There's several nice cabins that are on the site here, and then we'll move on to the shafts for the Fourmile. Here we're looking at one of the buildings that's right on side the road there at the Fourmile. This is the northeastmost little cabin. There's a little storage building here of some sort. All the cabins are locked up. We'll pan around to the south and then to the southwest just to get a feel for all the buildings that are here. Garbage burning barrel there, and another cabin down there. The first one you come to as you come in on the road, off the main sourdough road. A little fence, a little bitty pump house or well house or something behind there. Another very nice cabin. And then there's another one behind there. There's a shed and a kind of a workshop thing out here. We'll go on around and look back towards where the portal is for the mine. It's just right on beyond that second cabin to the southwest. You can see the new dirt work there. This little set of wheel tracks goes right up to the portal itself, kind of looking right along this shed and what have you. And there's the wheel tracks go just right up and go right in. The portal is essentially that framed in area right there, and then the dump goes on out to the southwest. So this will be it for this part of the Fourmile mine. We'll now look at the two shafts that are shown on the map for the Fourmile. This is the area of the upper shaft that's shown on the map for the Fourmile mine, EC0522. I don't really see a shaft here. I was told that it had been collapsed years ago and there wasn't much to see at it, but apparently that's the case. There's a trench that comes out of it going to the west. We're looking almost due east here, kind of right in that bright sun. You can see some timbers that look like they might have been for support for the shaft. There's an awful lot of trenching in this area. I'm not sure what. They don't really show any quartz veining or anything material that's out on the surface, but it's quite disturbed, hummocky, and several of these little small trenches, mainly possibly hand dug, maybe backhoe dug. But again, this shaft really doesn't show up very well. Like I say, there's several trenches in the area, and I assume that they were just prospecting around here. It might be just hummocks in the dump from the shaft, though. So this will be it for the upper shaft for the Fourmile mine. We'll go down and look at the lower shaft now. Here we're looking at the lower shaft that's shown on the map north of the main adit for the Fourmile mine. We are right on the kind of the east edge of the shaft. I believe it's about 15 feet deep and maybe 20 feet in diameter. Looking down in the bottom of it, see the walls are very unstable. There is a pole fence around the shaft that gives an indication that you shouldn't walk near it or inside the pole fence itself, just so you can get a visual of what the shaft really does look like. It's very steep walled up towards the top and be very difficult to get out if you did fall in. But it's not terribly dangerous. I think that the ground is fairly unstable around there. I think it's continuing to cave to a certain extent, but it's really not all that bad. So this is the lower shaft that's shown on the map for the Fourmile mine. It's shaft 2 on my map. We'll pan around to the south here now. That's the dump from the shaft, just on the other side of this pole fence. It's about 15 plus feet high and maybe 20 feet in diameter. It's just a large mound come up from the shaft itself. It's probably a fairly deep shaft. I don't know. It may go clear down to the main level of the adit that we looked at before. But I don't know that. It is collapsed down to about 15 feet. So, okay, this is it for the Fourmile mine, EC0522. One addition to the Fourmile mine here. This is on the main road just north of the Fourmile, going away from it and coming up the hill out of where the Fourmile adit is. There's a little ventilation shaft here for the adit, and the sign here spells it out pretty clear. So it's just a little triangular A-frame type thing, built up and covered up with a sign on it that warns people to stay away from this. It must be fairly deep right here, or maybe as much as 50 or 80 feet above elevation above the adit here. So this is just one addition. It's just on the east side of the road as you're going north out of the Fourmile.